Hi, Scottish Mudlarking here with Nicole and Craig. Sadly this week Scotland has been battered once again by several storms and we're going to be locked in for most of the week. Sadly that means that we can't get out and about to the beach as we would love to, so what we've decided to do is we're taking a wee look back to some of the nicer weather and some of the fabulous unseen finds that we made from the Bottledumps. We hope you enjoy this and hopefully, with a wee bit of luck, we'll be back to normal next week. Let's have a wee look. We're just going to take a few minutes here. Now there's a sauce bottle over here that we're not super interested in, as cute as they are. But there is something else in the frame here just now that I know Nicole is going to want.
Yeah!
Yeah? Can you see what it is? It should be pretty obvious. It's there. It's that vulcanite stopper.
Yeah.
Now the real question here is, does it have anything written on it? Or is it a very plain vulcanite stopper?
Well, you know, the question for me is, do we start now for next year's advent calendar?
Oh, that one's cool.
Oh, it's got an A in it.
Do you reckon that was Aloha?
Aloha or maybe Adamson, I think. It could probably be Aloha. There are a couple of numbers below that, but it's not the year, it's only 3 numbers.
Now I wonder what those numbers were.
Maybe whatever was in the bottle. Yeah,
Could
that's
be.
pretty cool. So if your surname starts with an A, you know, I can put this in a wee nest for you.
Okay. Always the salesperson, Now there's a big bone in here. I suggest we leave the bone.
Yeah.
Do you know what, I saw another bone as we were walking in here as well, and it looked just like a pipe, and I thought it was an extraordinarily large pipe. Now we don't want the bone, but it does tell us that this dump was used for multiple purposes, like all dumps really. All sorts of things were dumped in the dump. Now lots of wee bottles over here, nothing that's striking my attention and makes me want to look at it in any more detail. What do you reckon?
Maybe the little inkwell there, right at your feet.
Now Nicole's talking about this wee inkwell. I wanted to look at this because that is a very nice wee jar.
Yeah.
Now you can see the jar is it doesn't have a screw top, which doesn't say huge amounts about it.
No, it has the most amazing preserved label on it. I think it says Douglas and Son. I can't see what's on the side there. John Douglas.
I think that's John Douglas. We'll take it out and we'll take a closer look at it in just a second.
Yeah, that's
But I hope
really
you can
lovely.
see that. Now there's a large building like a castle right here on the label as well. I don't know what castle that was supposed to be. Let's swoop that up though, because I want to take a closer look at that because it is such a nicely preserved label. Now, as Nicole said, there's this wee inkwell as well. So, is that in one piece?
Yep. Oh, that's in very nice condition. It just needs a wee clean.
Okay, well let's take that as well and we'll see what else we can find. John Douglas and Son were jam makers in the town of Scone in Perthshire, Scotland. The building depicted on the jar is not in fact a castle, it is Scone Palace. The village of Scone is a very important historical site in Scotland, and long before the palace stood here, Scone was the location of the Stone of Destiny, where Scotland's monarchs were once crowned. There's much controversy around the stone's history and origin. Nonetheless, it played an important role in Scotland's royalty until it was stolen in 1296. The stone was taken to England, where it was placed under the throne in the Palace of Westminster. The theft was a symbolic gesture meant to undermine Scots sovereignty. And there it remained in Westminster for the next 700 or so years. On Christmas Day in 1950, 4 Scottish students, Ian Hamilton, Gavin Vernon, Kay Matheson and Alan Stewart, travelled to London in a bid to return the stone to its rightful place. Deep in the night, the group broke into Westminster Abbey and removed the stone. A nationwide manhunt followed, and for the first time in 400 years, the border between Scotland and England was closed in a bid to prevent the stone's return to Scotland. In turn, the group eventually made it across the border and up to the town of Arbroath, where they left the stone in the abbey, itself a symbolic and highly emotive site of Scots nationhood. It did not remain in Scotland for very long though. It was quickly taken back to Westminster for fear that it might become a symbol of pride in Scotland. The Stone of Destiny remained south of the border, and despite strong opposition and demands for its return, it was only brought back to Scotland in 1996. The stone now rests in the castle in Edinburgh. Now, yeah, you saw that as well.
I'll move this
It's
bottle.
I don't know if it's a stoneware bottle. Couldn't tell you if it's part of a ginger beer bottle or not. But it has some interesting markings on it there.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
that initial is quite interesting.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me of, I found a brooch, and it was the Eternity Love for Eternity brooch, and that had markings that were like that a wee bit.
Now this one's got like RM line written on the label as well there. I hope you can see that just up there.
Dunfermline?
Yeah, I think that's a dead cert that was a Dunfermline bottle. But an interesting wee label. Now I think we're going to leave that because it's very partial.
That is very partial indeed, yeah.
Now again, we're finding these jars, and it's just such a pity that we're not collecting them anymore. We have a few. We did have a few for sale. I think they've all gone now.
Well, we've got a couple of the mini jars.
Okay.
They are much easier to wrap.
Yeah, okay, so we'll leave that one then. Nicole's saying, I don't want to wrap that. But, there is this one over here. It's right in front of me just now. Now, the reason that I'm drawing your attention to that isn't just because there's some red label on it. If you want to maybe pick that up and turn it right way up, you'll maybe see there's something quite cool there. Can you see that?
Oh, it's like an embossing?
It has an embossed label of some kind.
Oh.
Now, I don't think we can see what that says.
No, not from here, and not in this condition. But maybe we should take it home and clean it.
I wonder if that's been worn down, or if it's, if it just was a very crudely done mark. What do you reckon?
Yes, I don't know. It does look like. See if you're rubbing maybe a bit of dirt in it. Sometimes that helps to show the label.
Now, on the bottom of that, it doesn't have an eagle on it, does it? It's a bit wishful thinking. There's a lot of dirt on it.
Yeah, I think I'm making it worse.
Yeah, well, that suggests that there might be something in the middle that you're rubbing the dirt into.
Yeah, there's a wee line there. It's a really nice shape, so I think I'm going to take that one then.
Okay, let's have that then, and we shall waste no more time on it because we'll maybe try and get a nice wee photograph of it. Now, there's something here right in front of us again. I'm not even able to stop here. There's so much cool stuff right in front of us. Now, there's a wee cruet set there. For those that don't know, that's not a pounds pot. It's just a cruet set, folks. Like the other cruet sets we found. Now, can you see what that is right in front of us? And it's one of these objects that fascinated you immensely, and a very, very, very kind patron of the channel gifted us a glass one, and then we were gifted a second glass one.
Yeah, we got one from the US and one from Australia.
Yeah, so again, thank
really
you
amazing.
so much.
Yeah.
For those beautiful, beautiful things.
And this is the kind we would find in Scotland. It's not quite as stunning in the glass ones.
Yeah, so in some countries you get beautiful coloured glass isolators, and here you get dirt coloured clay. is probably what you could best describe that as. So what colour do you prefer your isolators to be? I like mine dirt coloured clay. Alright, so that's what that is. Dirt coloured clay.
Yeah.
Still a cool object.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if you were pointing that out to me or if you were pointing out this HP sauce bottle that has quite a lot of label on it. Could maybe turn that up and have a wee peek.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, it doesn't have that much label on it actually.
Well, it still says HP sauce.
Now this was the kind of bottle, the same kind of label pretty much, that it was around when I was a kid, except I think it would have had a screw on top. Now,
Well, you can still buy each piece of.
you can. Right, moving along.
I'll take that wee one then.
Yeah, got to take that, Now, what else have we got up here? I just want to zoom in on a couple of things that are right in front of us just now. And one of them, we'll just go from right to left, is this this green urn-shaped jar. Now, there was a couple of things. Was it musterol was one of them?
Yeah.
Do you know what I've just spotted underneath the musterol jar? I'm not sure if this is musterol. It might be. That was certainly in a green jar. It's the handle for the bike bars.
Ooh, lucky.
Yeah, we could probably build a whole bike from the bits that we find in here. What do you reckon? Is that musterol? Do we want to have a look? Do we want to take it?
No, we will leave it here. I think we've got 2 already, so we don't need any more of that.
That's hunky donkey. That, I think, is probably one of the best days we've had here. There's a real diversity of finds in there. That geisha on the plate, that might end up a pendant. It's a very, very, very cool piece. Now, we found some pipe bowls as well, some spoons, a cute pumpkin. Never found a pumpkin before anywhere, outside a supermarket at least. And then that bead, and let's not forget, meat juice. So, what do you reckon? What's your favourite find?
Oh, I think it's definitely going to be that bead. I'm still intrigued about that kind of square object. It doesn't look like it's a dice. There's a little indentation in the top, like on the chalk that you would use for a pool cue. But that would be quite weird if it was chalk.
It would, wouldn't it? I don't think it would have held together. Maybe it's a little container for chalk. Okay, I guess. It's been another great day at the dump, so we should just gather that stuff up now and head back off to the car.